Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Slow Blink Anime Podcast. My name is Phil.
And I'm Candace.
And today we're going to be talking about episode 78 of My Hero Academia. It's the newest one that just came out. It's called Smoldering Flames. And it's also the first part of part B of this season. So it's going to be a whole new arc. We just finished off a really good one. And we had an unfortunate death at the end of the last season. And hopefully it looks like this arc's going to be a lot more cheerful from the looks of it.
It's more chill, I would say. It's more like, I guess, catching up on the other characters that were kind of left off during the rescue arc. Mm-hmm. And so it's kind of like focusing on Bakugo and Todoroki and a little bit
the other classmates of you.
Some features, and can we mention about the camera?
Yeah.
So
yeah, you can see us now. That's really the main thing we're going to do. For audio only, this is going to be on YouTube too. We'll put that in the link. And if you want to see what we look like, this is it. Yeah, it's not spectacular. But it's going to be a little more visual for y'all. And this is kind of like our setup for now. And we're still kind of learning what we're doing with all this. But we're really enjoying it so far. We like talking about these episodes. And especially the My Hero Academia one. It's been a really good season. And we just like sharing our opinions and thoughts on the episodes
and going through each event throughout the episode.
Yeah, picking up and stuff we missed, like Candace, she always catches it and like she'll let me know, and then like small stuff that's not really that important, I'll find that and I'll tell her about it. But we're really enjoying it. We've got the camera now, and hopefully the next few episodes we're gonna get better and work this out. But let's go on with the episode. This is a really good one. It's a good transition to the new arc. We got quite a few flashbacks throughout the whole thing. But some of the main points we got, we're catching up on the other students and Deku and the rest of the gang that were involved in the raid. Mm-hmm. They got what's it called when they're released from the hospital?
Yeah. When they all got better, except for Mirio.
And then we get that interaction, and then we get kind of the aftermath and catching up with the rest of the students, like you mentioned before. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's pretty much everything that happened during this one. And we also get a little sneak preview of probably one of the bad guys. Yeah. That's going to be a part of this arc.
Because they did tease on the previous episodes that it's the League of Villains' turn now. Mm-hmm. And so they're kind of slowly starting on that. One by one, they're going to start, I guess, attacking. I don't know how to say it, or but anyway, they're just gonna slowly creep on them, and then until they have this all blown attack, and then this is gonna be probably a whole new arc when that happens.
And I'm curious to see if there's anything actually major going on this arc, because usually we get whenever there's a new opening, we get a lot of almost spoilers, like you mentioned, but I didn't really see any kind of fighting.
And you can kind of like what you were saying, like it kind of, the opening usually depends on the song, but we can kind of figure out what kind of arc it's going to be,
like the mood of the arc.
Based on the song, the type of song that they would play, and then the type of opening they would play.
And this new opening was from Kanabu, and they did a few songs. They did a song for Naruto Shippuden and for Boruto too. Like the first opening for Boruto. That was another one.
The one that I only know is the one from Boruto.
But it seemed like a very lighthearted song. It wasn't too extreme like some of the ones before.
Even the tone of the opening, like not the song, but
the animation style was really colorful, and
it really featured the other characters that were left out. That's why I noticed. And they, for some reason, I don't know if it was just me, but it was kind of weird that they featured a lot of the, what's her name? The
Jiro.
sound. Yeah.
Jiro.
Yeah. They featured her quite a lot in that opening. I don't know if it matters or whatever.
Yeah, I wonder if she's going to be like one of the major characters in this arc.
Maybe.
It looks like it's, I saw some teasers too online that it was going to be like a school, is it festival or what's it called when they all do their...
Yeah, some school activities or events, something. Yeah.
So it's going to be one of those kind of arcs. And even from the opening, it looked like it would be. Because, like, everybody was at the school pretty much the whole time. And it looked like they were singing. Like, a bunch of it was, like, music related.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's going to be...
Yeah, maybe that's their kind of way to still make the episodes interesting without it being too serious, because we just finished a very serious arc.
Yeah.
So maybe that's how we're going to transition, but we don't know yet.
So, but yeah, it starts off, we get that awesome scene where Shigaraki just... He does Chisaki real bad.
Yeah, so basically they reminded us of what they did to Overhaul.
But yeah, that scene was still brutal seeing that. And
yeah.
Like, we were talking about it when we were watching it too. It's like, why didn't he just kill this guy? That probably would have been so much easier for him.
But that's the point.
Yeah, he really screwed with him bad.
Yeah.
He really messed with him.
Yeah.
And I think that's what made it so memorable, especially too. And, and him just going up to him and be like, I hate you.
So, with that being said, I kind of want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a chance that Overhaul would eventually want to help the heroes?
Maybe.
Like, he would turn into this, kind of good guy, whatever. There's two things I thought about whenever I saw that, because I saw Mr. Compress. He took Overhaul's left arm. Mm-hmm. So there's two ways that he could probably like be able to use his quirk again, is if Mr. Compress gave him his arm back. Mm-hmm. And that means like Shigaraki would make Chisaki work for him to like earn it back, or just temporarily give him his arm back. Okay. That was one way. And the other way was, like you said, he'd help the hero that ends up helping him. It's kind of like... Yeah. Oh, that would be kind of like a... redemption thing? Yeah. Yeah. Like a turn of events kind of thing. And it would be like a whole forgiveness thing for Eri, too, to do that for him. And him, like, understanding, I don't know, how that he was wrong, too. Yeah. And kind of like him doing stuff to get... I don't know. Go too overboard. Okay, so let's keep going. Yeah. So we see that scene again. And love that scene. Okay, so now we move on to Deku. Yeah. I guess he's all well. Required to go back to classes again. Yeah. But we see in the news that it was at the League of Villains raiding Chisaki's like the hospital car, and we found out that Sandman died in that accident, and then you can see Deku really feeling guilty, and there with it's like he's blaming himself for everything that had happened. And it seems like he likes to do that. It seems like he wants to save everybody by himself. Yeah. You know, he likes. But then again, that's kind of like a typical main character. You know, like wanting to save everybody with her own hands and whatnot. But so he was blaming himself. But Aizawa had talked to him like, "Hey, it's okay. There's nothing else that they could have done. Yeah. They did a great job. And that Deku really did very good. He helped everybody. He helped so many people. Yeah, but that also leads into him going to go see Mirio right after that. Yeah, because I think that was one of the more important scenes in this whole episode. Because we get that, because he goes in really worried, and he sees Mirio in there just exercising, and very cheerful. And then you see Deku's real gloomy, and he was expecting Mirio to be in that same state of mind. Wouldn't you think? Yeah. Like he was going in there expecting him to be depressed or something about, especially Night Eye, and you can just see it's the complete opposite, because he's somebody that definitely exemplifies what a hero should be, and
even though the passing of his mentor happened just days before, he still has that mentality to just be, I know what I need to do, and I'm gonna keep proving to myself and to everybody that I'm a hero.
I'm gonna do what I can right now with what I have.
Yeah. And even him, he's saying, I'm not gonna be sad because I don't want Eri to see me like this.
Yeah. And Night Eye, I think he's trying to uplift Night Eye's vision of him. Because he respects Night Eye so much, and he loves Night Eye so much. Did.
And that's when we got the flashback with the scene. How he's saying everything was going to be okay, and he knew it would be.
And that Night Eye smiles all the time when he...
Yeah. So he knew the real Night Eye and how he was.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's really painful. For him, he lost everything that he ever loved and he ever had.
And yeah, two very important things he lost back the same day, pretty much.
Yeah.
Same day. He lost his quirk and he lost his mentor. But and then we get this really kind of like heartbreaking scene with Deku fighting with himself internally. He's like, what if there's a way I could give you my quirk? Like, yeah. And then Miro cuts him off. He's like, he didn't want him, because that would cause Deku trouble. That's why he didn't want to take it. Yeah. That was one of the reasons. And that just shows you what kind of person he is. Yeah. Like, he's like rock bottom right now, and he's still thinking about other people.
Yeah. He's like the new All Might kind of, but we all know Deku's gonna. Yeah. You know. But what do you think? What if Mirio got the one for all versus Deku? Do you really think he would have done so much better than Deku?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. I think so too. I hate to say it, but I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Especially because it seems like Deku's... I don't know. He's...
I mean, maybe when Mirio used to be Deku's age. Because mind you that Deku's just a first year. Yeah. And Mirio's getting ready to be a pro hero, get out of graduate, basically. Yeah. Maybe Mirio was kind of like Deku when he was younger.
Yeah, I remember he would struggle how to use his quirk.
You know, maybe. Year.
But are we going by age, or are we going by the time he would have received it? Because if we go by time he would have received it, he would have got it when he's his third year, because that's when Deku got his. Yeah. So he would have been ready, more than ready, I thought.
That's true. That's true.
Because that's when All Might was ready to pass on his quirk.
Yeah, that's true.
But probably we would have got similar situation if Mirio was Deku's age. But I think he would have caught on faster. Yeah,
but on kind of a good side, I guess it's good that Deku had gotten the one for all. Mm-hmm. At a younger age, because then he has more time to master it. Yeah. And then when he graduates, by the time he graduates, he should be, have mastered or almost mastered. Yeah. One for all. Yeah. But Mirio, if he had gotten it a third year graduating student, he would have gotten out of a few A without really mastering, not having enough time to master one for all.
I see what you mean.
Maybe it's kind of a good thing, but I don't know. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so that's just like a little question that kind of popped out in my head. Yeah, we kind of skipped another important one, the Wild Man.
Yeah, I was just thought you wanted to save it later, but yeah,
that's... I thought you just... I forgot.
With Gran Torino, that was pretty early in the episode, too.
Yes, and that was part of the news. Yeah. That's why I remembered just now.
Yeah, Gran Torino was with one of the detectives, and they were looking for Kurogiri, That he's the one that had the warp gate quirk that lets him transport anywhere. Pretty much was a super powerful quirk to have for the villains.
That's the reason why they're trying to get him because he's like a very good piece to take away from the League of Villains.
It would be a big hit if they lost
him.
But
then what happened when they pinned him down?
They found him. They pinned down Kurogiri, and he said he was looking for the wild man, like you said.
Yeah. And who is the wild man?
He's a huge guy. They called him Gigantomachia. Gigantomachia. I wrote it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's this huge guy with it looked like I don't know what kind of, like not a mutation quirk.
Because he kind of looks like All For One. The facial feature kind of. I don't know if it was just me, but I thought the facial features kind of look like him.
Yeah, but he's a subordinate for All For Ones.
And he's very, very loyal to All For One. And Kurogiri had mentioned that they don't know that All For One did not only raise Shigaraki, but he also raised this wild man.
Yeah, and I think they kind of implied there was more. That's what I thought.
Okay, well,
yeah, because I saw like subordinate somewhere where I was reading.
It would have been bad.
Yeah,
so this is just one of them, I guess. He's just one of them.
And it's probably not just they're all like this guy. They probably have other
kinds of
more powerful quirks. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But then even towards the end, Gran Torino's on the phone with All Might. And they're talking about the whole situation, and he's telling them we caught Kurogiri, and then All Might's like, "Oh, that's great."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "But it was like at a huge cost because I don't know if we made the right decision capturing Kurogiri instead of
the
Gigantomachia." Yeah, because he said, what did he say? I wrote it down. He's a walking disaster. Is how Gran Torino described it. Yeah. And then it showed on the screen. Like
how much damage he made on the mountains and the land,
and that's reminiscent of like in One Punch Man how they describe a lot of those monsters like they're disasters because it's like it depends on how many people they can do damage to. That's how they level them. But this guy is just huge, and it seems like he could really do damage to a whole city. Yeah, that's what it looks like. And it's like, thank goodness he's out in the forest.
Yeah. But they tried to find him, but they couldn't find him.
Yeah, they could not find him.
And so I'm wondering, like, where could he hide that big body of his?
We'll probably find out more later.
This is just kind of like a little introduction on him.
Preview. And then one noticeable thing is he had like a radio around his neck.
I put the volume up and I was trying to listen to it, but I could not hear it clear enough to kind of decipher what it was trying to say. But I could just hear, I know that whoever's speaking, he was speaking in a polite manner, but I could not figure out what he's trying to say because I couldn't hear it good enough. But I'm pretty sure it's kind of relevant that people just kind of miss.
It sounded like a news broadcast to me or something. Like a report. I don't know. That's just what it sounded.
Okay, so we get an introduction of Gigantomachia.
Gigantomachia, yeah.
Okay, so talked about that, and then so we now see, where are we?
Yeah, they did the Deku and Kirishima and Suyu
interview,
and Chaka, they did the interviews after the hospital, and then they all went back to the dorm with the rest of the students, and everybody's real excited to see them, and they were worried about them, and of course
everybody's kind of celebrating that they're fine, they're safe, they're back.
Yeah.
Except for two people.
Well, yeah. I think Shoto's like indifferent. Like he cares about him, but he doesn't like show that he. Yeah. Like he doesn't get excited like everybody else.
I'm pretty sure Bakugo was kind of concerned too.
Yeah, but
he's always just mad at everything.
Yeah, he's being a tsundere, but he's like. Just so rude too.
All the time.
Just so disrespectful. And
and so so everybody was celebrating and happy. And then Bakugo decides to go to bed early. And then Shoto or Todoroki also decides to go to bed early. And the reason for that is...
They have the provisional license training course
the next day. Yeah, and so they're trying... Like, if we saw the time that they went to bed, what did you say? It was like
10 something.
Oh, 10 something?
Yeah,
I thought you said 8:30.
Oh, yeah, 10... Yeah.
So, yeah, it was 8:30.
It was early for them.
Okay, so... I think the next important part that we need to talk about is the next day when the two of them went
to the training.
Training,
and they were expecting Aizawa to pick them up, but it was President Mike and All Might that picked them up. And then we find out that's because Aizawa has to stay with Eri to make sure nothing goes wrong with her.
Yeah,
her quirk.
Since he's the only one that can. And so they go to the place. Then when they arrive there, the first person that they met is Todoroki's dad.
And President Mike met them on the stairs.
Yeah.
And it was like this little awkward. He's like, isn't it the former #1 hero or something?
Yeah. Yeah, or like, how does it feel to be former #1?
Yeah, that's what Endeavor said when he saw him. And then... And All Might's just like, Endeavor. And then President Mike's, I'll get some coffee for us. I guess he was just trying to break the
ice.
Yeah, like the awkwardness of it. Because they were just staring at each other after. But
Endeavor wanted to have some serious talk with All Might. It sounds to me. But they never showed it to us just yet.
But I think we'll get that within maybe the next episode, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
But
and then so the next people that we see is Todoroki and Bakugo ran into the Shiketsu students.
Shiketsu students, yeah, you're right.
Is that what you call them? Okay. Well, so we see these, how many of them? Like 3, 4 of them?
It was 3 of them.
It was 3 of them. And so these people were in the past, or the first provisional exam.
When everybody was taking
and they had failed as well. And so they're with Bakugo and Todoroki taking the provisional course. And then we saw 2 of them, and then the girl is new, apparently. Yeah. But we kind of saw a little bit of her with Himiko. What you had told me.
Himiko was pretending to be Cammy. That was the girl's name.
Cammy.
And this was the actual first time we get her, the real her, at this training thing. Because
the previous one, it was Himiko.
It was Himiko using
pretending
her quirk.
Pretending to be her.
The other 2 we had seen, it was what's his name? Yaorashi. That's the wind. He has the wind quirk that can do all the super powerful. That's an awesome quirk.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's one of the cooler students.
Yeah, I think he is.
Like his whole character design is awesome.
Yeah.
And
well, he's not bald now.
Yeah, he's like not bald.
He has a little bit of hair. Yeah, that was funny. But and then the other one is, do you know the name?
Yeah, I wrote it down. Shishigura Seiji.
Okay.
That's his name.
And then what's the quirk?
He was the one that was like, because they were referring to him as like the meat guy. Bakugo was saying especially, but he I can't remember if he had to touch him or interact with him some way, but he would turn people into just like blobs of mush, and they couldn't get out of it unless he reversed the quirk. And it's just like a really weird looking quirk, like it's just like ground beef almost that he turned him into. It was weird, but yeah, they were just giving each other crap when they saw each other. Yeah.
But so that was a little fun to meet them again, and I feel like the reason why they're reintroducing those characters, I feel like they're gonna be relevant in the future, one way or another.
I really hope so, especially the
wind. What's his name?
Yaorashi.
Yeah, I feel like they will, or he will for sure. And then so they go ahead and begin the test, and so we meet Gang Orca and what's the other one?
He's one of
the one that acts always, like a villain.
Yeah, he's always like sleepy and tired and bored. He was bored or something. And he was just, I think he's just the coordinator.
Orca and Meta, yeah. So Orca is the one that mainly acts like a villain.
Yeah, he like pretends to be the hero, the villain. But it seems Like he's like, let's make this one extra hard or something. Let's make this difficult. That's how it ended. And then we get in the preview that it was just like a bunch of kids were coming out. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's a combat type test this time.
So what do you think?
Because I don't think he's gonna be fighting the little kids.
But what if? Well, maybe it's. Well, remember the first one?
It's like a rescue. It was a rescue.
Yeah, it was like a rescue kind of. While fighting the villains, they have to rescue the people, mm-hmm. and they need to do it in a way where they need to be able to fight the villains without hurting the people. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if this time it's gonna be something like that, mm-hmm. or if they're testing them. Like, what if the villain looks innocent like this? What are we gonna do? Yeah, but I don't know. I'm just making stuff up because it can be anything.
Yeah, but that's gonna be. Well, the reason I was thinking it wasn't like a combat style, it says "Win Those Kids' Heart." That's the name of the next episode. Oh. So I'm feeling like they're gonna like I didn't help the kids in some way. Maybe. But it looked like they were. I have no idea. It looked like they were about to fight in one little clip that they showed, and it was like, of course, Bakugo.
Ready to. Because
he's not gonna have any patience.
He's ready to kill.
Kids. And another part that I noticed in the preview was All Might was sitting by Endeavor. Mm-hmm. So I feel like we might get that conversation there. If not, afterwards, whenever they finish this. But I don't know if this is just a training or if it's the actual test for the license. I didn't really understand.
It did say training.
Yeah.
It didn't say exam.
Okay.
But I don't know. So.
Yeah, I think that was most of the episode right there. And we got a new ending.
Yeah, new ending as well. And the ending seems more serious than the opening. The ending...
It was a lot of, like, old pictures.
Yeah, from the young pro heroes now. Yeah. Back when they were younger and they were in school. Mm-hmm. And then we also got a little glimpse of young Himiko. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, I wrote down a bunch of, like, noticeable... Like, some that stood out to me.
Who else is there?
Just in order from what they were showing, we saw young All Might when he was doing the sports festival, and he had a gold medal. And, like, he had some, like, damage on him, but he looked like he didn't take a lot of damage when he was doing it, which was really, really fun and nice. We see President Mike and Aizawa together, and it's young them when they're still in school.
Aizawa looked the same.
Yeah, same exact eyes. Just, like, real introverted looking. Mm-hmm. Mirio and Tamaki were dressed up. Like, Mirio had these big monkey ears or something, and they looked like they were just part of the festival, too. Mm-hmm. Doing some kind of skit. And then Deku had All Might, what are those little pop dolls? Those are the big faces and eyes.
Those just figurines.
Yeah, those collectible ones. Yeah. Because he had a whole bunch of ones, and he had one that was like like
a chibi one.
The chibi. I can't remember what they're called, the little toys. If y'all remember what they're called, let us know. But, we see those in the stores in real life, and it was just funny that they added that in the show. And then, like you said, we saw Himiko in a uniform.
I think that was the most interesting for me, just because she's a villain, and we kind of saw how she was, I guess, before she became a villain.
Mm-hmm. And it's interesting to see. I'm not sure how old she is either.
I mean, probably like some high school.
Because I was thinking she was younger.
Or middle school. Oh, maybe middle school.
Because I thought she was like roughly... Maybe a little older than the students.
Was that the uniform?
It's not the UA uniform.
I know, but I know that right now her outfit is a uniform, right?
Oh, yeah.
Is it the same uniform as the one we saw in the ending?
I should have checked it. I know she wears a sweater on top of it. That's why it's...
I kind of want to go back now and see. Yeah. But... Is that all?
Yeah, and then the last one was Shoto as a kid, and he's with his mom and Endeavor. And then in the top corner, it was showing his siblings.
Yeah. But the brother, I don't think so.
Yeah, and there was a few other characters throughout the ending that I didn't recognize. And if there's any other ones that we missed and that are important to the story in any way.
There's one that we had mentioned while we were watching, the one that was blindfolded. And he's in a chair. I think he's tied up or something.
And he had the red wings.
He had a red wings. That's the most striking feature that I saw her. He had this red wings, and I don't know if he's gonna be some significant character.
Yeah, let us know if there are any other important characters that we missed in that.
Really good to kind of get a heads up and Okay. Right. Is that all?
Yeah, that was it. That was a really good episode. It's a good transition episode into the new arc, and hopefully, I'm really enjoying the pacing of the season. It's been really well. They don't do. It's usually about 2 chapters or more per episode, and I think that's really good, on track, and it makes you feel, and it feels like they're not giving you too much because you're always wanting more at the end of the episode, because all the time we say it's already been 20 minutes, like that was the whole episode already, and we're, I guess, so into the episode and it just flies by, and every week we just enjoy watching it on Saturdays and getting together. That's just one of our things that we do. Yeah,
we might miss other anime videos, but My Hero is one thing that we're never gonna miss.
Awesome. But,
is that it?
I think that's all. Yeah. Let us know if the camera works. I hope it recorded everything.
Okay.
All right. Thank you guys for listening.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah. Again. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and you can listen to us on Spotify, iTunes podcast,
all the major podcasts.
Yep. And we'll link all that below.
See y'all next time.